Last week I showed you the egg cartel, $3.3 million fine on $500 million in profit, a parking ticket. You are about to see the same story, but bigger. In October 2023, a jury in Kansas City said the National Association of Realtors ran a cartel. The verdict was $1.78 billion. The settlements totaled $1 billion. The profit they extracted was over $100 billion. $1 billion fine, $100 billion taken. That is a 1% penalty. And then commissions went up. Here is how the largest legal cartel in America worked. You decide to sell your house? You call a realtor? They tell you the standard commission is 6%, 3% to your listing agent, 3% to whoever brings the buyer. You do not negotiate. Nobody negotiates. Why would you? Everyone charges 6%. That is what you have been told your entire adult life. 6%. Of a $300,000 house, that is $18,000. $18,000 just to list a property on a website and host 2 open houses. Now multiply that by the 5 million homes sold in America every year. That is $90 billion. $90 billion a year in commissions, paid by families who are usually in debt, usually stressed, and always told there is no other way. The National Association of Realtors has 1.4 million members. That is the largest trade association in the United States. Bigger than the AARP, bigger than the NRA. And for decades, they maintained one rule above all others. The rule was simple. When you list a house on the MLS, you must offer a commission to the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent sees that number before they ever show the house to their client. If your listing offered 2% and the house next door offered 3%, your house got shown last. The buyer's agent steered their client to the higher commission. Every time. The MLS did not show the commission to the buyer, only to the agent. The buyer never saw the menu. The agent picked from it. In 2019, a woman named Rhonda Burnett sued the National Association of Realtors in a federal court in Missouri. She sold her house. She paid the 6%. She said it was price fixing. The case got renamed. Sitzer versus NAR became Burnett versus NAR. It went to trial in October 2023. The jury took 7 days. 7 days. They came back with a unanimous verdict. $1.78 billion. That is the largest antitrust verdict in the history of American real estate. The jury found that the National Association of Realtors, Home Services of America, and RE/MAX conspired. They said the conspiracy was deliberate. They said the commission structure was not a market outcome. It was an agreement, a written agreement enforced through software, through the MLS. The multiple listing service, the software that every realtor in America uses every single day. Let me say that again, because this is not something you hear every day. A jury of 12 Americans looked at the National Association of Realtors and said, "You ran a cartel, $1.78 billion. But you are not going to hear about a $1.78 billion payment. Because what happened next is the part that matters. The National Association of Realtors settled $418 million, March 2024. They did not admit wrongdoing. The settlement says no admission of liability. Then, the rest of the industry fell in line. Anywhere Real Estate, the parent company of Coldwell Banker and Century 21, paid $110 million. Keller Williams paid $70 million. RE/MAX paid $55 million. Compass, the largest brokerage in America by agent count, paid $57.5 million. Real Brokerage paid $7.5 million. Added up, $1 billion give or take. The largest class action settlement in real estate history. Now the math. The National Association of Realtors and its member brokerages have collected an estimated $100 billion or more in inflated commissions over the class period. $100 billion. The settlement is $1 billion. $1 billion divided by $100 billion is 1%. 1%. Remember the egg cartel? Cal-Maine paid $3.3 million on $500 million in profit. That was 0.65%. The Realtors did worse, 1%. The egg cartel was a parking ticket. The Realtor cartel is a slightly bigger parking ticket. Same ratio, same message. Break the law, pay the fine, keep the profit. The settlement covers 21 million home sellers between 2019 and 2024. 21 million people who can file a claim at realestatecommissionlitigation.com. If you sold a house in the last 5 years, that might be you. And now the best part, the villain who became the hero. Robert Refkin, CEO of Compass. Compass paid $57.5 million to settle a lawsuit that said they were part of a cartel. $57.5 million. Then Robert Refkin went on national television and called the National Association of Realtors Zillow, and the MLS systems entities that profit from the work of others. He said it on camera. He said it in an SEC filing. He said it on an earnings call in February in 2025, where he verbally dismantled the NAR. The man whose company just paid $57 million for participating in a cartel is now the one calling out the cartel. It gets better. In June 2025, Compass sued Zillow. Zillow, the website, 227 million visitors per month. The claim was that Zillow has a monopoly over property listings and conspired to maintain that monopoly. Zillow filed countersuits claiming Compass stole trade secrets. Two companies that both profit from the 6% commission structure are now suing each other over who controls the portal that displays the listings. Neither of them wants to talk about the 6%. Refkin wants you to think Zillow is the problem. The MLS software is the problem. The commission structure is someone else's fault. But Compass agents still charged 6%. Compass still collected its share of the $100 billion. And Compass's settlement was a rounding error on their revenue. Now the part nobody talks about, the mechanism, the MLS. The multiple listing service is not one system. It is over 500 local databases run by local realtor associations, each one controlled by NAR affiliates. The MLS had a field called Offer of Compensation. That field told every buyer's agent in the area exactly how much commission they would earn if they showed that house. 2.5%, 3%, whatever the seller's agent listed. The buyer never saw that number, only the agent saw it. The agent then decided which houses to show. 3% got shown first, 2% got shown never. The software was the enforcement mechanism. The cartel did not need handshake deals in back rooms. They had a database that every realtor logged into every morning, a database that told them exactly where the money was. When the settlement came through, one rule changed. August 17th, 2024. The MLS can no longer display the offer of compensation. That field is gone. But here is what agents learn to do instead. They call the listing agent directly. They ask. The number is the same. The field moved off screen. The agreement stayed. This is the part that should make you angry. On June 16, 2026, OfferPad published a report. The headline reads, "Real estate commissions went up, not down," after the NAR settlement. The settlement was supposed to lower commissions. That was the entire point. Remove the offer of compensation from the MLS. Force competition. Let buyers' agents compete on price. Let sellers negotiate. The theory was sound. The reality is the opposite. After August 17, 2024, when the new rules took effect, agents across the country started requiring buyer-broker agreements, a document that locks the buyer into paying their agent a specific commission, usually 3%, sometimes more. Before 2024, the buyer did not sign anything. Their agent got paid from the seller's commission. Now the buyer signs a contract before they see their first house. and that contract says 3%. The buyer is now on the hook. The settlement removed the commission from the MLS and put it directly on the buyer's signature line. The commission did not go down. It got harder to see and easier to enforce. The parking ticket did not change behavior. It changed the paperwork. So who paid? 21 million home sellers between 2019 and 2024. 21 million families. The average seller paid over $18,000 in commissions on a $300,000 home. $18,000. For a first-time seller in their 30s, that is 6 months of mortgage payments. For a retiree downsizing from the family home, that is a year of living expenses. For a family selling during a divorce, that is the difference between 2 apartments